News from around the globe. Hot, fresh, balanced and objective. On Unity.
Hello and welcome to News Hour on Unity TV. Today is Monday, 5th of June 2023 and it's equivalent to 16th of Zulkida. 14th vote for after Hijra. The headlines. Tinubu's meeting with opposition reps elect shifted to Thursday. Subsidy NLC shuns meeting with federal government TUC 6 pay rise. Army rescues 21 underage pregnant teenagers in Abia baby factory. And on the foreign scene, war with US will be unbearable disaster, says China Defense Minister. And in sports, Flying Eagles crash out of Under-20 World Cup after losing 1-0 to South Korea. And those were the headlines. And for details and more of the stories, I am Rukayat Sani Ibrahim. The meeting between President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and members-elect of the coming House of Representatives in the opposition parties have been shifted to Thursday. Tinubu was to meet with opposition members-elect in the 10th National Assembly on Monday. The President's meeting with the minority members-elect in the Senate will, however, hold today as scheduled. The President's notice of invitation to the lawmakers-elect on Thursday was signed by the Permanent Secretary State House, Tijani Umar, on behalf of the Chief of Naval Staff to the President Femi Gbajabiamila. The meetings are coming ahead of the inauguration of the 10th Assembly on June 13, 2023, when the chosen candidates of the ruling All Progressives Congress would either be adopted or be contested against. Leaders of the Nigerian Labour Congress NLC yesterday shunned a scheduled meeting with government officials over the removal of subsidy and subsequent over 300% hike in the pump price of petrol until fuel price is returned to status quo. Following President Bola Tinubu's removal of the subsidy during his inauguration speech on May 29, scarcity of the products hit the citizenry nationwide as marketers hoarded and hiked the price of fuel. A meeting between government officials and labor leaders last Wednesday ended in a deadlock as a result of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited NNPCL's release of a petrol pump price template pegging pump price of petrol at between 488 naira and 557 naira per litre. However, leaders of the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria (TUC) yesterday met with government officials, but the meeting was inconclusive as both parties resolved to continue talks on the issue today. They also demanded a pay rise to cushion the effect of the subsidy removal. Meanwhile, ahead of the planned nationwide indefinite strike from Wednesday, the NLC has directed its state councils and affiliates to ensure full mobilization of workers and civil society allies among others towards a total strike should the federal government refuse to reverse the pump price of petrol to pre-May 29 prices by tomorrow, Tuesday. Bandits weekend attacked communities in Maradu local government area of Zamfara state where they killed many locals and abducted no fewer than 30 girls. A survivor told newsmen yesterday that one of the abducted girls who managed to escape from captivity returned with only her head scarf. The terrorists attacked Sakida and Jambako communities on Saturday afternoon, killing over 20 villagers at Sakida and injuring others. Reports said the police in Zamfara confirmed the incident but had no details. Reacting to the latest attack, Governor Dauda Lawal of Zamfara State described it as barbaric and unprovoked aggression against innocent people, adding that his administration would not fold its arms and allow criminal elements to unleash terror without repercussions. Similarly, the troops of Operation Hadarindaji have killed 5 terrorists that perpetrated the attacks on the communities and recovered 2 AK-47 rifles, ammunition, and an unconfirmed number of rusted cattle, goats, and donkeys. Soldiers attached to the Goodluck Ebele Jonathan Barracks 14 Brigade headquarters of the Nigerian Army in Ohafia local government area of Abia State on Sunday raided and rescued 21 pregnant teenagers in Abia State baby factory. 2 babies, a boy and a girl, were also rescued. It was gathered a 34-year-old chef, Catherine Oyechi Nwangma, was arrested in the raid while the owner of the factory, who apparently got wind of the invasion, fled. The baby factory was said to have been operated by Mrs. Himma Achumba, located near Umukpei in Isialangwa, South Local Government area of the state. It was alleged she operated it under the guise of a charity home registered with the Abia Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development. The 14th Army spokesman Lieutenant Prince Innocent Omale confirmed the raid, noting that the rescued pregnant teenager girls have been handed over to the state government. The Delta State Police Command said weekend that it arrested 6 suspects for kidnapping and armed robbery and recovered 4 motorcycles and a locally made single-barrel gun from various operations. A statement yesterday by the State Police Public Relations Officer Bright Tafe said the command was not resting in its fight to cope the activities of kidnappers and armed robbers in the state. He said the State Commissioner of Police CP Wale Abbas has since promised that residents must sleep with their 2 eyes closed and also ensure that the state was secured so that residents and investors can go about their lawful businesses without fear. National Commission Against Proliferation of Arms, Light Weapons and Pipeline Vandalism has said it will embark on creation of jobs to employ 7,000 youths in each state as its contribution to curb youth restiveness. Acting Director General Dr. Otumba Adegbenro, who spoke in Abuja, said the commission will clamp down on sellers, ammunition, chemical weapons, importers and holders of light weapons. Agbenro appealed to President Bola Tinubu to assent to the bill to deliver on their mandate, saying their core mandate is to stop importation of illegal arms, ammunition, and chemical weapons. The Kano State Fire Service has rescued 7 persons trapped under a collapsed wall at Malam Katu Square by Sufai store in the Kano metropolis. This is contained in a statement by the Public Relations Officer of the service, Simon Abdullahi, on Sunday. Abdullahi said one side of the wall at Malam Katu Square collapsed and affected 7 people. Abdullahi said firemen rescued all the victims alive, adding that 5 of them with minor injuries were conveyed to Abdullahi Wasi Teaching Hospital, while 2 others with severe injuries have been referred to the Al-Baraka Clinic for medical attention. He said no life was lost, adding that the cause of the incident was under investigation. And on the foreign scene, China's defense minister has said war with the U.S. will be an unbearable disaster for the world in his first major speech since taking on the role. At the Security Summit, General Li Shangfu said some countries will intensify arms race in Asia, but he said the world was big enough for both China and the U.S. and the 2 superpowers should seek common ground. Earlier, the U.S. alleged unsafe maneuvers by a Chinese destroyer near a U.S. warship in the Taiwan Strait. On Saturday, the U.S. Navy said a Chinese destroyer sailed in an unsafe manner near an American warship as it transited the Taiwan Strait with Canadian vessels. John Lee, who became defense minister in March, accused the U.S. of a Cold War mentality and said this was greatly increasing security risks. In his speech, he said China would not allow naval patrols by the U.S. and its allies to be a pretext to exercise hegemony of navigation. And in sports, Nigeria's Flying Eagles have been knocked out of the ongoing FIFA Under-20 World Cup after losing 1-0 to South Korea on Sunday. Choi Seo-hyung goal in the first half of extra time was enough to send the Koreans through to the semi-final. However, Napoli forward Victor Osimhen has made history as the first African player to be crowned the Serie A top goal scorer. Nonetheless, on a sad note, back here in Africa, no fewer than 22 people were feared dead, while others suffered injuries in a road accident involving football fans in northern Malawi. The Malawian police said the accident happened on Sunday morning after a 10-ton truck carrying over 80 passengers, including football players and supporters of a Division 1 league, overturned. The Malawian local media disclosed that the crash occurred on the Koronga Chitipa M26 road, according to a police report. And with the sport news, we've come to the end of our bulletin for today. You can follow us on our social media handles at Facebook, Instagram and Twitter at TUNTBE Radio FM TV. You can also watch us live on the satellite decoder Badarsat, which has been watched in about 38 countries of the world free. You can also follow, watch us and stream us live on our YouTube channel at Unity FM TV. I am Rukayet Sani Ibrahim. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of our programs.
I was the head boy in my primary school, senior prefect and best graduating student in my secondary school, but drug abuse almost ruined my life.
I was on an average of 2 grams of cocaine per day.
I was taking 8 ampoules of pentazosine daily.
European shisha, cocaine.
I became a user, a dealer, and a gangster.
I saw other users drowning. I knew I didn't want to be like them, but I was already trapped.
My family disowned me.
My employment was terminated.
I sold my car, sold my house. I'll go out well-dressed and return shoeless, shirtless in exchange for drugs.
I was seeing things that were not real, and I once stabbed myself because I felt something crawling under my skin.
I contacted NDLEA and started therapy.
I spent 3 months in therapy.
I spent 8 months.
It's easy to relapse, but your mind has to be stronger than the cravings.
Drugs does not love you. You are not the one using drugs. Drugs are the one using you. Say no to drug abuse.
Unity.